Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm doing a full face of Drugstore first impressions. I went online at Superdrug. I tend to go more to Superdrug than Boots just because I find they have a lot more cruelty free brands than Boots do. And also the Superdrug own brand is cruelty free and I don't think the Boots one is as well. Did some shopping online, had a little look through the different brands, and I actually got this free tote bag with my order. So there's some brands in here that I've never tried before, which I'm excited to try. There's some brands obviously that I have tried before, but the products I haven't tried. So if you are interested in seeing my first impressions on some Drugstore makeup, then just keep watching. Just quickly want to moisturise my lips because they're quite dry at the moment. I did pick up this Barry M Coco Loco lip oil. I really love lip oils. I find them really hydrating and nourishing for the lips and stuff. I'm going to pop this on first just to make sure my lips are nice and moisturised and hydrated, ready for the lip products later on. It does smell like coconut, which is good, and I'm surprised I can smell it actually because I don't know if you can hear. Not sounding great, but I really like lip oils, because obviously they hydrate, but also I find they're not sticky. And you can kind of use them as lip glosses as well, which I quite like. So I'm going to start with eyes first. Now I have prepped my eyes. I picked up two palettes. Now the original palette I wanted to try out was from MUA, and I wanted the I think it's called Amber Lights, and it's kind of neutrals, but it's also really some warm orange tones in there as well. It looked really pretty on the website. But unfortunately it was out of stock. So I saw this other palette, which looked incredible, and I hope they are as pigmented and look and apply just as lovely as they look, because this palette looks amazing. And it's the Tropical Oceana palette, and it just looks incredible. But what I really love is there are matte and shimmers in here. So for each row you've got a mix of shimmers and mattes. So if you wanted to go for like a green eye, there are matte colours so you can create like transition shades, which I love. I also picked up another eyeshadow palette from a brand that I've never tried before, and it's kind of, I see it being talked about quite a lot at the moment. So this is the Nip and Fab eyeshadow palette. So as you can see, it's definitely more of a neutral eyeshadow palette. There's only actually two shimmers in here, the rest all mattes, which I quite like. This one, and this one. So that's what they look like. They look very pigmented like that, really beautiful. Let's see what they do on my hand though. Ooh. I'd say the shimmers are definitely a lot more pigmented than the matte shade. The matte shade looks a little bit chalky on my hand. You've got the Nip and Fab one, so this is some swatching on this one. Let's swatch. I like this purple one down here. And this orange. Let's swatch this orangey one, why not? So again, they look nice and pigmented. Felt quite creamy as well. So let's do some swatches of these. So that's what they look like. Look pretty nice. They are a little bit chalky still. Okay, I'll start with the Nip Fab palette, and I'm going to take this orangey shade here, which I think is called Suede, and use it as my transition shade. Oh, I did actually pick up one eyeshadow brush as well to try out from Freedom. This is the Pro Eyeshadow Blending Brush, and it's the FE 103. It feels really nice and soft. Like I said, I'm going to use this for a blending brush, so I won't use that for my transition shade. I'm going to take some Suede, like I said. Okay, there is a lot of fallout when I'm tapping my brush into there. So I haven't dunked back into the palette yet, and as you can see, it's relatively pigmented. I thought it was going to be a lot more pigmented than it is. I mean, the pigmentation isn't bad or anything, but in comparison to the swatch, but it's a nice shade, nice transition shade. I'm just going to go back in a bit more. Okay, so it's a really pretty shade, great transition shade. Had to go in a couple of times to get the intensity I want, but to be honest, if you're doing eyeshadows, you don't necessarily want something to be super intense, because then you want some pigmentation, but you want to be able to build it up so you don't go wrong and stuff like that. I'm actually going to go into the MUA palette. I'm going to take this shade, no, this shade right here, which is the shade Shellfish. It's a matte orange shade, just to brighten up the crease a bit further. Again, I am getting some fallout. Surprisingly not as much as the Nip and Fab palette, but still there is fallout, so just make sure you tap off the excess and see. So I'm not going to take this quite as high up as I did the transition shade, it's going to be slightly lower down, just to brighten up the crease. That's pretty. This brush feels really nice and soft as well. I'm really impressed with the pigmentation of the eyeshadow. As you can see, it's kind of really brightened up the crease area. I think I want to add a pop of shimmery colour on the eyelid now, but I don't know which colour to go for. Yeah, I'm going to go with that shade there, Fins, on, pack it onto the lid. That is such a pretty shade. I have to say it's actually, although when I swatched it on the hand, the shimmer shade seemed more pigmented than the matte shade, I would say the matte shade on the eye comes out a lot more pigmented than the shimmer shade does. Okay, for this eye I actually ended up using my finger to apply it, and it actually it came out a lot more pigmented and a lot less building I had to do with this eye. So that's something to bear in mind. So back into my Nip and Fab, I'm going to take the shade, this darkest shade here, just deepen up the outer corners. Just take it slightly through the crease as well, but ever so, like so. And something I haven't mentioned actually yet, but I've noticed, despite the fact being fallout when I try and pick up the product, I don't know if it's because I've been tapping off the excess, but I haven't experienced any fallout onto my face yet, which is definitely a good sign. I'm just going to go in and quickly highlight the brow bone, this matte white shade. I like using matte white shades or cream shades to highlight the brow bone. Okay, so like I said, I want to move on to the face before I finish off the eyes quickly. Picked up a strobing cream. This is the Freedom Pro Studio Strobe Cream. See what it's like. Not the most, it's not like my Lumi Drops where it's full on. So that's the side with the strobing cream and that's the side without. I'd say there's definitely a glow there. There's definitely a difference. It's not like a major difference between the two sides. Yeah, there's definitely a glow there. It's just like, because I'm used to my Lumi Drops from Gosh, they're just like, it's just not quite as intense, but it's still giving a definite glow. And if you read the back, it does say it provides the most subtle and natural illumination and highlighting for the skin. Fair enough, then that is accurate. That's definitely what it's done. It's definitely a very natural illumination to the skin. I picked up a Nip and Fab foundation to try. This is in shade 05, which I think seems to be the lightest one they did on the website, and that's kind of what I tend to go for. I don't know how much I need. I did pick up another brush, like I mentioned, a Freedom brush again. This time it's a face brush. So this is the Pro Stippling brush, the FF103. It's very, very soft. It's kind of a bit, in my opinion, a bit too soft for a foundation brush. I like something a bit more dense for my face. I mean, it's meant to be a stippling brush, yeah, I'm meant to do this, but I can't. It's just too, it's not dense enough for me, this brush. I can't be doing that. Actually, the colour match isn't bad. Now I have to say it's doing some slightly weird things, this foundation. Now I don't know if it's because I put that strobing cream underneath. It's doing that thing where it kind of balls up. Look, this won't blend in at all, and then, so if you can see it here, it's like coming off. Oh. Like I said, I don't know if that might be a strobing cream underneath, I don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my face makeup, start again without the strobing cream. Okay, so I've taken that all off. I'm just literally going to go in just with the foundation straight onto my skin. Okay, I can confirm it's not doing that anymore. So it must be that strobing cream. Okay, that is so much better on my skin now. That looks really nice. And that does not feel tacky at all. That feels almost like I've got nothing on my skin. It's sitting so much nicer on my nose. Now I picked up this little Pro Concealer this little concealer palette from Anyways, shade Porcelain. It's a cover and conceal kit. So you've got a couple of different, or 4 different shades to be precise. And the idea is you can mix and match to kind of match your skin tone. So I like that it's got a white, so you can really highlight and mix it in and highlight under your eyes. And it's got some slightly darker ones. Obviously on blemishes you don't want to have a lighter concealer on those because it will just emphasise it more. That is weird. That is really wet. It's almost like it's been melted. Let's start off with this one for under my eyes. Very creamy. I thought I should do better concealing. It's quite a light shade. Let's go with the slightly darker one first, just to blends out nicely. But if you compare the two, it has actually concealed, which I'm quite surprised about. Okay, so I'm going to stick with that shade just to do the blemishes sections. I mean, I'm very shocked. This would be really nice if you've got really dry under eyes, because like I said, it's really, really creamy. I'm only going to go with this next shade down. I'm not going to go really crazy with the highlighting under my eyes. Slightly. Okay, that's given a nice highlight. Nothing too intense, but I really like this. Right, let's see what it's like when I set it, because that's also another test with concealers. So I've got this Freedom HD Pro Finish Powder in Translucent. Classic setting brush. Ooh, a lot of fallout this. Oh, it feels really lightweight. I can't feel it under my eyes. I mean, my under eyes still look nice, no creasing yet or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to go back to the eyes. This is the Barry M Bold Black Waterproof Eyeliner. Just tight line, just to see if I get any black transfer into the waterline. I find that's the best test with waterproof eyeliners. Okay, so far, so good, no transfer. Oh my goodness. A real test. You can see my eyes are proper watering right now. I'm going to go in with this beautiful shade here. This is the shade Voyage. I'm going to smoke this along my lower lash line. Such a beautiful colour. I love that. I think these, I just have to say, I'm surprised. The matte colour is almost a bit better than the shimmer colours in this palette. Pretty. And just to deepen up near the lash line, I'm going to take this really dark shimmery green here. This is the shade Marie. Pop this right up close to the lash line, just to give some definition to the lash line. Like that. And then for the inner corner section, I'm going to take this really beautiful lime green here. This is the shade Refresh. Really beautiful. I'm going to use my finger for this one. On the inner corner. That's really pretty colour. Right, and then I'm going to go in with my mascara. So it's the Collection Volume Max mascara. It's got a primer and a mascara. I got this ultra black. There was a waterproof version, but I went for just the normal version. So let's have a look. So this is a primer side. We've got the white primer on there, and this brush is a plastic brush. Oh, I have to say my lashes are really. Okay, so that's the lashes primed. Obviously you get quite a lot of product on the brush, so I needed to dunk in once for the entire one eye kind of thing, which is great. So actually this brush is a fibre brush, so it's a real wand, which is interesting. It's a volume mascara, so that's something to bear in mind when I do this. So that's one, just so the upper lash is done. I really like this. I think it does add a volume. I think it almost looks like I'm wearing false eyelashes. As it's a little harder to do the lower lash line because it's quite a, I mean it's not a fat one, but still it's quite big for the lower lash line. I really like this mascara. It definitely gives the volume, as it suggests. It's really nice. Okay, so the eyeliner, there's a tiny bit of transfer in the inner outer corner section on my waterline. Still looking really nice and intense and black in the tight line. So I am just going to add a pop of this into the waterline. See, and usually with like eyeliner, I mean I don't often wear eyeliner in the waterline, as you may well know, but that came out so pigmented. I like it. So that is the eyes complete. I have to say I'm very impressed with all the eye products. so far. Obviously I didn't get to try like fully try out the two palettes because I was kind of mixing them, but you'll definitely get to see these in future videos, I think. And I'm actually going to plan a week of doing all prom makeup looks, so 7 days back to back of prom makeup looks, maybe hair as well, depending on how adventurous I'm feeling. I'm not the best at hair, but I'm sure these palettes, definitely this one, but even maybe this colour, even this palette may feature in those as well. Okay, I'm going to move on to brows now. I picked up the Sleek Eyebrow Stylist. I got my shade medium, spoolie 1M, which I like. The product this end. So I've never tried a stick kind of pencil like this one. And see how it goes. Yeah, it does feel quite hard. It's actually, now I've warmed it up, it's actually quite easy to use, it's just the shade's way too wrong. But I like the shape I've got with my brow now, and I like the texture of it now I've warmed it up. It does need some warming up, I have to say, with this product. So I would try it again. I think next time I'll try the dark one for sure. Moving back to the skin, quick update on the concealer front. It's still looking quite good. It has a little bit sunken into my fine lines, but nothing, unless you're up close, you're not going to see it. I picked up a contour kit. Now this is actually a recommendation from a subscriber. I believe the name was Tony L. Well, she actually recommended the highlighting shade for this from this palette because she said she'd think it would suit my skin tone really well. It's all quite fair. Now, the only thing is, I don't know if it is this contour kit, because actually they've got quite a few powder contour kits. Makeup Revolution, I think they've got 3 actually, so not a lot, but 3. But I think this is kind of the more universal, well-known out of the 3. So it's this one here. This is the Iconics Light and Contour Pro. So you've got the 2 highlighting shimmer shades, the white one and the more peachy toned. You've got the 2 setting powders, the yellow and the white one, and then you've got the 4 contouring shades. So I'm going to go with this shade. Oh, a lot of fallout with it. And just go in. Oh, it's really nice actually. Blends out really nicely. And I'm not someone who likes a really intense contour, so I think that looks really, really nice. I think crazy. I'm going to quickly, I have got a different highlighter I'm going to use, so I'm just going to swatch these 2 just to see what they're like. Oh, they're pigmented, that's for sure. So that's the white one, that's really beautiful. You've got the peachy one, it's not so intense. So if you like your subtle highlight, that's probably the one to go. But that one looks really nice, and they feel really nice and smooth on the skin as well. On to bronzer. So this is the bronzer. This is the Summer of Love Triple Break Bronzer. I've used... this is from I Heart Makeup, sorry. I've used the highlighter before, the Goddess of Faith one. I love it. This is the bronze version. Looks like this. Really beautiful. Just really, really pretty. They blend so nicely on the skin as well. Look at that. To give my skin a nice bit of bronze feel to it. Got the blushing hearts as well. This is the Peachy Pink Kisses version. So this is what the blusher looks like. It's really beautiful. Nice pinky toned blusher. Let's go with my favourite blush brush. Dust that onto my cheek. Oh, that's so... Oh, look at the glow that gives as well. You almost don't need a highlighter if you're wearing this blush. It's not like a real in-your-face pink, which I'm not a huge fan of. It's a nice pinky flush to the cheeks, which I really, really like. Okay, so for highlighter, I have a brand that I've never tried before, and it's actually a YouTuber brand this time. So this is the Tiny Burr Cosmetics Cheek Illuminator in the shade Forever Summer. Oh, it's quite a got a pink sheen to it, which is quite pretty. Let's go on top. I mean, it's a really beautiful highlight actually. Yeah, like I said, it's got more of a pink finish to it. Okay, on to lips. Now I got 2 lip products. One I'm a little bit annoyed about. I really wanted to try the MUA Luxe Matte Metallic Lip Lacquers, and I looked on the website, I picked up a shade that I thought was a really beautiful kind of purple toned shade, but it turns out it wasn't purple toned, it was gold. And if you watch my Colourpop declutter video, I got rid of a lot of my gold toned ones because I just didn't think they suited me and I didn't like them. So I'm kind of a little bit annoyed by this because it definitely looked on the website to be purple. This is the shade Apollo. I'm going to try it anyway because you never know, the formula might be really good. I'm having the same situation as I did with the Colourpop one. The golds are just always quite patchy. I think for my skin tone they're so unflattering as well. Oh, I'm so annoyed, this isn't the one I wanted to pick up. I did pick up another lip product that I want to try. Okay, so the other lipstick I picked up was from Makeup Revolution, about the Rose Gold collection, and this is the shade that I keep seeing everywhere. It's the shade Chauffeur. It's the shade there. So it's a really kind of beautiful brown. Go for it. Okay, it's coming off not quite as dark as what it looks in the bullet, which I actually really like, and I think I really love this colour. That is a really pretty colour and I love the formula, it's really creamy. You don't necessarily need a lip liner with it, I didn't anyway, which is kind of a good job because I didn't pick up a lip liner to try anyway. But that's a really beautiful colour, I actually love this colour. It's really, really nice. Okay, I'm going to then go and set my face. I picked up the Freedom Pro Studio Fixing Mist. Now it says this is a lightweight setting spray that helps keep foundation and eye makeup in place with no smudging or fading, that just apply lasting up to 12 hours. Now obviously I'm not necessarily going to have this on for 12 hours. I have to let you know in future videos how well this makes my makeup last. Obviously for first impressions I'll just have to see how the spray goes, that's kind of the only test you can really do, and see if it sits nice on the skin as well. So I mean it's a relatively fine mist, which I quite like. I don't want anything that's like really thick on your face. The final product I got was again from Tiny Bear Cosmetics, and I thought when we're heading more to summer this might be quite a fun little product to have. And this is the Body Illuminator. I know they did a face illuminator, but I'd already picked up that Freedom one, so I wanted to try this instead. So I have to see what it looks like on the skin. Oh, it's quite cold. I think it's quite a nice shade. There's not too much colour pigmentation, which I think is quite good because then it can kind of, I think, be quite universal for most skin tones, I feel like. Okay, so that's this video complete. I pretty much liked everything I tried. There were a few things like, well, I was going to say the Strawberry Cream. Again, I'll have to see what's like under other foundations to see if it really is like has the same effect as it did today. The foundation's really nice. I'd say it's like a medium coverage. You could definitely build up. Really pretty on the skin. Works nicely with the Beauty Blender. Love both these eyeshadow palettes. I just think they're really, really nice. Easy to use. I just love the colours in this one. So I'll definitely be using these soon. Down below for me. And like the eyeshadow brush I tried, I did not. I think this is too soft for a foundation. I think this might work better like with more powder products, in all honesty. Love the mascara, it gives so much volume to the eyes. Almost like wearing false eyelashes, which is amazing. Waterproof eyeliner worked pretty well. I mean there was a little bit of transfer but nothing crazy. Don't like the colour and don't like the formula of this. Maybe like the dark colours might be nicer, but this one is not for me. Love this lipstick. Love the blusher. Love the bronzer, love the contour kit, loved everything I've tried. Oh, eyebrows, loved the pencil in the end, once you warmed it up, that's fine, just maybe the wrong colour for me. That's it. So yeah, I really loved the majority of these products. Let me know what you think. If you've tried some of the stuff, let me know down below your thoughts. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it helpful, and I'll see you in my next video.